Right, just give me a second or two here, guys. Just figuring some stuff out. Right, so that's interesting. Godbreaker is still a legendary set. That hasn't been changed. If that is right, so that's interesting. But the Godbreaker set is still legendary. So then we've got the Voidforged Dragon, which if I remember rightly used to be classed as a legendary set, now doesn't appear to be. But it does look like it still gives... Yep. Still gives all the same buffs and bonuses by the look of it. I'm guessing it's still the same armour value as well, if I remember from before by the look of it, so it's still pretty much the same, so that's cool. Right, so let's have a look. Got some similar challenges to do there, they look pretty much the same still. I have noticed I did have a couple of different ones I was messing around on here earlier, and some of these did actually involve like the new coffer that you get that you place down with the banker. I'll show you that out on the base in a second. The Bazaar got some different items in, some we've probably seen before, like the market stall, I think that's been in before. But those appear to be new. A couple of different building pieces I suppose to do with prison type stuff, so that should be interesting. This isn't again, did a video on this a while ago. The 3 different pieces that you get with it, the bookcase, the trapdoor with the carpet and the cupboard. Pretty cool actually, I do have those set up in this build where we are near now. I do actually like them. And if you didn't get the additions to the stone glass set, if you think it's worth getting, I do personally. I mean, I know it's a bit, people aren't sure, but I mean, I don't really use those stairs so much because they're very narrow, but the pillars and stuff, and that doorway, I'll show you that in our vault at the other place as well. Some of these ceiling pieces, especially the one at the top right there that you can see, the like half moon window I call that, they're really cool. And the arched doorways there, they're pretty decent. So yeah, maybe not wow awesome for the first one, but not too bad. A couple of returning items I think people will be glad to see. As I say, they're after the bookcase and the hidden set, shall we call it, hidden doorway set, and the stone glass set, that's in, pretty cool. Just bear me 1 second. Just make sure here. Yep, we're all good. What we're looking at. Yeah, battle pass wise, I've already unlocked a couple of levels. Been messing about with stuff, something else for the banner system. I haven't quite figured that out yet, but we'll have a quick look, see what that's all about. Now this emote, it says it's in my emote wheels, and I've had a look through, but whether it's just a bug and it's not showing for me, according to that I've claimed it, but when I've looked through my emote wheel I can't find it, and it's weird, because then if I click on it, it's asking me to buy levels, which I already own that level. So let me know if you're on console if anybody else has had that problem. It's a bit, yeah, a few different interesting pieces, a couple of meh, not so interesting or unusual, maybe, don't know about that. That looks cool though for your horses, especially if you're going into battle now, you're going to have a nice sort of coat, I suppose you'd call it, over the back of them, which will obviously carry your symbol for your clan, so that whatever your background colour is on your banners and things, and whatever your symbol you've chosen, so that's pretty cool. Some more chrome coins, some of these wall paints again, different interesting pieces. That is a cool one I want to get when I get to, especially for my thralls, where I've got a couple of guard in my vault. I'm gonna, if it allows you to use that on them, I'm gonna get them doing that one. Kind of looks like a on guard position, I would say, like just to say, yeah, don't mess with me. Pretty cool. Some more bits and pieces. I like that bench, that looks quite nice. That would look nice if you got the hedge maze set, I bet. Or if you got the trees that you could plant around, that'd go nice in a garden. Some more coins again. And some more different interesting looking pieces, shall we say. There's a couple of emotes, some more coins, another banner. Seems to be each 10 levels or so, or each page you seem to get one of those, which is pretty cool. Plenty of different pieces, more coins again, war paints, some more banner designs. That's quite an interesting one. I like that one. Another bit there. Floor paints, some more different bits and pieces, chrome coins. I won't bother going through all of this now because otherwise we'll just be looking at this the whole time, but just gives you an idea there. Yeah, so just going back to these, it now looks like the heavy void forge, and I presume this will apply to the medium and the light as well. I'm sure this used to be classed as a legendary set, but it looks like it's now not. But what is good for all of you Godbreaker fans that are out there, look at that. The Godbreaker armor is still classed as legendary. Now whether that's deliberate or accidental or what, I don't know. But yeah, still legendary. So pretty cool. Hello to anyone who's joined us, glad to have you with us. We're just having a bit of a play around, having a look at the new update for Conan Exiles Age of War. A lot of things have changed. Yeah, pretty interesting. Still a heck of a lot to discover and find out, so we're kind of just on my server at the moment that anyone's able to join. The details are just there at the bottom if you want to join us. It is a beginner friendly server, so things are slightly boosted. Not too much so that the new experience is affected too much, but you know, enough just to make it a bit more beginner friendly. You're welcome to join us. It's PvE of course, and that's on PlayStation or PlayStation 4 if you're on there. And we've got sandstone coming over. So yeah, that's Godbreaker and the Void Force Dragon. Interesting. Right. What I'm going to do, I am using admin commands just to make this a bit more convenient and easy for you all as well, so you don't see me jumping across the map all the time. Let's just go up here to where I've got my new little, I'll say little, base set up. Excuse me. So this is up towards the Highlands. These are the two gods I'm on about, these here. I want to give them that sword emote when it comes out. So if we go into here, this is one of these doorways I was on about, the storm in the Stormglass set. I've actually just put two together, so you can see the join there, just to sort of make this a bit more secure, if you will. And then of course in the middle here we've got our chest, so that's your merchant that you get that comes with it, and that's just showing at the minute some sort of bits and pieces that I've just thrown in there just to see how it all works, and that's the value that you can see what's in there and how much it's worth per piece and how much it totals to, and then the full total at the bottom. All that is some silver coins, a bit of silver dust, some gold coins and a few gold bars, just messing about with it really, just to have a look. Pretty simple. Put it in this room. By the look of it, when I was placing this, it did actually look like the room space could actually be even bigger still. When it comes to placing down your treasures, let me just have a look again. Where is it? Bear with me. I had it before. Where is it? Let's have a look. See, you got a coin pile as well. So if you wanted to, you could stick one of those down in here. Pretty cool. Obviously you would have to craft those normally. I'm just using the creative mode just to make things a bit easier to just have a play with at the minute, but you can see that. Nice coin pile. You could obviously dot these anywhere in your base if you wanted to, I suppose, or look at all that space where we can put it. Madness. Let's just turn that around a bit like that. Yeah, leave that next to him. It looks like he's trying to count it all then. Good luck with that one, Sunshine. So yeah, that is that. Just excuse the guards that I haven't sorted their armour out yet. Right, so this is a build I've done, like I say, just up in the Highlands at the moment, using the Median and a pillar trick there where I get it on the corner. If you want to know how to do that, check out Barden Builds, really good channel there. He shows you how he actually does that pillar trick. It took me a bit of figuring out to get it to work, but once you get it, it's pretty fun. And then we just mix that in with some of the stone glass windows just to make it a bit different. It's not quite complete in there yet, so there's no point us going in there. Right, I think we will at this point. Let's head. Where are we? If we go down here, let's head to Mechanosis Spire, see what's going on down there. Hello to anyone who's just joined the chat, welcome. Glad to have you here, great to have you with us. Hope you're doing well and ready to check out, if you're a Conan player that is, you're check out the new update. Let us know what you think of it. I am, as I say, playing on my own server at the moment, which is available to anyone to join. It's a PlayStation server, do feel free to join if you're on console. Right, so let's check this out. Something's gone on here. Fences are all broken down. Barricades at the front have all been smashed by the look of it. This definitely looks a bit different, and yeah, straight away I can tell there's no beam either. The beam's gone. So yeah, spoilers if you want to find this yourself. I'd suggest looking away for the next 5-10 minutes. If you don't want to get any spoilers, but we're going to do this now just to show anyone the new stuff that is interested or that's played the game before and considering coming back. Let you have a look what you can expect. So we've still got a couple of Kitans knocking around by the look of it. What else have we got? So we've still got a couple of guards. What are you? Yep, you're a guard. Hello to everyone in chat. Hope you're all well. Let me know in the comments.
New Age is looking awesome. Enjoy.
Yeah, it definitely is. It definitely is looking awesome. I'm very curious as a lot of the new changes that are coming, especially some of the stuff we're going to get later. So much to discover at the minute, to be honest. But yeah, thank you for that. Hope you're enjoying it as well. So, what else have we got? If we take a look around here, still looks kind of abandoned a little bit, doesn't it, really? Have we got anybody else here? What are you? You a merchant? Yep, you're a merchant. So they're still here, which is interesting. What about over the other side? What are you? You're just a guard. Definitely looks a bit different here since the last time I came up. They've definitely made this look a mess. There's been a bit of a battle going on here, I would say. What are you? Another merchant. Ah, so there we go. We can still get those from here. So if you still got any of your obelisk coins left, you can come and hand them in here and get your weapons and things from these people still. Oh gosh, it's a real mess. Which are you? Yep, she's still a merchant as well. Don't forget though, the Black Blood tools are not legendary now. Hello once again to anyone in chat who's just joined, great to have you with us. We're just having a look at the new update for the Age of War for Conan Exiles. Let us know what you think so far, if you've had a go of it, or if you haven't just yet and you've come here just to check it out. Great to have you with us, hello. If you are subscribed to the channel, welcome, thank you. And if you've been with us a little while, you know what we do on this channel now. Just thought we'd rather make a video, we'd try this out live and see what's going on. Right, let's carry on up here. Oh, this is interesting. Where's Mech gone? His big crystal's gone. Mech isn't here. And the princess has gone. No wonder it was quiet. I thought I didn't hear her shouting. Let's check over here. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys are thinking of the new Age so far, if you had a little play around with it, or if you just waiting for your download to do. This will just give you a little taster of what to expect. Another merchant, so yeah, Black Blood. They're not legendary tools anymore. They're probably what are classed as the unique weapons, if you will. So once they break, but if you've got plenty of ancient obelisks around, why not buy a few still? Keep you going. So this Galleon just a guard. That's all gone from there. Looks like the dungeon is still here. Let's have a look. Yeah, you can still place your blood crystal in there and still do the dungeon. So the Kurak dungeon's still available. And then yeah, these two guys that do the severed head of Kurak are still here. Right, quick spoiler warning. If you don't want to see this bit because you want to discover it for yourself, if you haven't heard about this yet, this is a new bit and it's different, so either mute your chat, if you will, the stream, mute the stream and just look away for the next couple of minutes, because we're going to reveal something to those who do want to see it and who aren't bothered, and then you can come and check this out for yourself. So give us like 2 or 3 minutes, and then when you see I'm in a different area, we all know you can come back. So if anyone who is still here and wants to know, here we go. Look who it is. Oh, good old friend Mechanosis, but yeah, nobody.
Greetings, exile. The loss of a body is a small matter for one who commands the obeisance of many other bodies.
Really?
By and by,
Oh, Mech.
I shall bide my time, and by my so potent
Yeah, poor
art,
Mech indeed.
make myself
Yeah.
whole again.
I don't quite understand how he's still talking when he's only got a head.
The loss of a body is a small matter for one who commands the obeisance of many other bodies.
Right.
By and by, I shall bide my time, and by my so potent art, make myself whole again. The loss of a body
Is that it? Oh yeah,
is a
same
small
thing
matter
again.
for one who commands the obeisance.
Yeah, okay,
of many
okay, we
other
get you, we get you,
bodies.
we get you. Right, so that is Mechanosis, without a body. The way he's talking, that sounds, I don't know how he's going to do it, but he sounds like he's still got a plan somehow. He's still talking, he's still breathing. So that's what's happened to him, but I suppose the question is, what happened to the princess? Did he sacrifice her? Is she dead? Is she gone? Did she escape? Maybe somebody rescued her. Oh, I don't know. That's an interesting one. Excuse me. Yeah, so that is Mechanosis Spire. I did have a little bit of a wander around the map in a few areas slightly earlier today, just before this stream. And even though we cannot hand sorcerer skulls anymore because the Khitan caravans have all gone, I'll show you in separate route just so you can see they have actually gone as well. You can still hunt sorcerers and kill them. I'm not sure if they're going to drop a skull now, but they will probably still drop the spell pages and the failed pages and possibly golem parts, I think. And it does appear that a spell page will drop on the floor near certain ones. And if you know Sepra Marie, where you get the single sorcerer that spawns on the wall just above where the alchemists are, we'll go over there in a second and have a look. I did see a spell page on the floor there, so you can still do your sorcery by the look of it and still get your spell pages to do your failed pages in your dismantling bench for your black blood, or your spell pages for your sorcery if you're still leveling that up. So for those who are new and don't know where Mechanosis Spire is, it's just about here on the map. So it's sort of slightly northeast of the unnamed city, which is this big reddy orange looking area here. Where we want to go now is over here. I'm going to try and get a good little spot to land at. Like I say, I'm using admin today just purely to make this a bit more easier, because it's just a nice little chilled stream. We're just having a wander around, seeing what we can pick out that looks different. This all looks pretty much the same so far. This might look a bit weird if I do this way now, but if you try this on a little cliff, when you're running, if you jump and tap circle, that's the new dive that you can do. Like I say, it would look a bit more effective off a wall into water, or off a roof of your build if you have one into water, but it's pretty cool. Probably looks far more elegant jumping into water, but that's how that works. Yeah, so if we take a little detour up here actually a minute. If you remember, if you've been playing through the Age of Sorcery, which was the previous age, if you came up to Savannah, there were 3 guaranteed sorcerer spawns. The solo one we'll go to in a second, but the one where there was 2, if they are still here, which they are. Now I was wondering with this whether these would go or whether these would still be here, but lo and behold, they are still here. So you still got your 2 guaranteed sorcerers here. You still have to watch out for these 2 that are sat here, because if you attack these 2, they're going to come and join in. The thaumaturgy bench is still here, and this little book can spawn a sorcerer spell page on it. So if you kill both of these and there isn't one on here, most likely it's because one of these or both are going to drop one. So that's pretty good if you're still into your sorcery and you want the failed pages for your black blood. So if you go in all the way up to the Children of Jill just to get black blood, which if you are doing that, it's kind of on the edge of the snow in about this area here. Children of Jill, there's like 4 caves. It does get quite cold in there. There is a 3 skull boss in one of the caves. If you kill them, I suppose like bat demons you would call them, that final boss does have a percentage chance to drop you one of the black blood tools. But while you've got any obelisk coins left, if you want to still use them, personally I'd buy them from Mechanosis Spire at the moment. Other than that, if you don't want to use them, if you're using star metal, they will still be perfectly fine, perfectly adequate for what you'll be doing, for any of your farming needs, etc. So we'll jump over here. Everything still looks the same, as I say. I hope everyone in chat is doing well. Glad to have you here with us. Thank you for joining. This is sort of the first time I've tried another proper one like this, especially at the start of a new age. Hope you're finding this interesting. Let me know in the comments if you are. Say hello. Great to have you here. If you're not subbed to the channel yet, do consider doing so. We are going to look at doing some more live streams going down the line in the future. But very soon, hopefully within the next couple of days, we'll have a new sort of playthrough, but beginner's guide series if you will, where we'll start a new character on a single player game, and we'll literally go from the very beginning when we spawn in the desert, follow our journey steps, take our time leveling up and working our way through the map again and experience it, in the way that you guys would if you were just starting out, rather than just looking at this with a character that's at endgame. We'll go back to the very beginning and look at it through the eyes of a brand new player, and we'll do everything the old school way, as they call it. So if we're here in Savannah, another little spoiler warning coming up now for those who are interested. Keep watching. If you're not, then again look away for the next 2 or 3 minutes. Little spoiler coming up. I'll bring you back again when you see that I've moved from this area, then you can unmute and carry on listening. But this here, if we're ready, as you know, Conan's bar, and believe it or not, even with this update on console, that cabinet is still missing and the bar's still missing. But if we talk to this young lady here,
my blood, it is royal and apparently coveted for sacrifice. My father is a king and a dog.
Charming.
Through his own embarrassing indiscretions, My father became indebted to the Stygian Tothamon. I was traded to settle his accounts and save his craven skin.
Right.
Oh, these sorcerers. They are all alike. May each and every one of them lose their odious heads.
Okay then. I don't think she's very happy, do you?
I'm well away from my dog king father.
Okay, Game Labs. Just wanted to pop in and say hello. See you on Granny's Discord and streams, and I hope to be back another time. I'm after G.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for popping in and saying hello. Yeah, hello to you too. Yeah, I'll definitely be watching out for Granny's stream. She's another excellent YouTuber who I enjoy watching, along with Angar if you watch him as well on a Sunday. Two very good YouTubers there that, you know, interact with their community and do a little bit further on in their journey than what I am, but this is what I'm aiming to try and do as well, like them, is build up a community hopefully and enjoy Conan Exiles just like they do.
My blood. It is
Right,
royal,
she's saying the same
and
thing again,
apparently
so this of
coveted for
course,
sacrifice.
as you can see
My
there,
father is
Princess,
a
this
king,
is the princess that
and
was
a
tied
dog.
up at Mechanosis Spire. She's now here in Conan's bar.
So you live.
Yeah, he's not saying anything different. I thought he might do.
Have you had a good chance to look around? Seen your fill of these exiled lands? It's not too late to get back on that crucifix.
Charming. You know. Yeah, speaking of that, if anybody watches Eradication, another great YouTuber, he released a video at the time of this stream, I think it was yesterday, which was like another sort of lore-based video, if you will. And he was talking about what supposedly happened with Mechanosis, we believe of how they think he came to his supposed end, even though he's still alive, and what happened to the princess that he was going to sacrifice, and told us this is where she is. So now you know. If you're interested, that's where she is, and she'll always be here. She is in Conan's bar, and you can interact with her and speak to her there. So that's another interesting little piece that you can see there. Now bear with me, obviously I realise it's getting dark and it might not be very bright for you guys to see, so we'll just quickly do that so we can go back to normal daylight, nice and bright again, so you guys can see everything. Hello again to anybody who's just joined, nice to have you here. Hope you're doing well, hope you're finding the new update interesting. We're just having a bit of a chill, just wandering around the map, seeing what we can discover for new things in the Age of War. Shown a couple of things so far, a new interesting little dive that you can do. As I was just saying, will look far more elegant if you're doing that off a cliff, but don't do it from anywhere too high, because let's face it, if you're playing on regular Conan without any admin or anything, if you hit the ground it probably isn't going to be very pretty, so just be careful, but definitely fun. And earlier we just had a look at a couple of armour sets. So the Void Forged Dragon, we had a look at the heavy set of that, and that, by the look of it at the minute, is no longer a legendary set now. Still pretty decent armour value and still gives the same buff, so it's still a set that I'll be using for my thralls, for my Ultimate Thrall Guide. I don't think that'll change much, especially the hand piece that they use, which is the Godbreaker. I use the Godbreaker grips on them. That, apparently, believe it or not, Godbreaker is still a legendary set. Now, whether that's because that's a dungeon armour piece that you learn in a dungeon, which, if like me you played this game for a long time, comes from the Warmaker's Sanctuary or the Warmaker's Dungeon or Clay Stronghold, whichever one you want to call it. It's pretty much got the same name, different name, but does the same thing. And you defeat the Warmaker at the end, and there are two tablets, one that you learn the Grandmaster repair kits from, and the other one teaches you the Godbreaker, which, yeah, that is still a legendary set that you learn from there. And the other thing that has changed at the moment is, instead of your legendary weapon repair kits now, because as we know, legendary weapons are no longer repairable, you now get something called a Grandmaster weapon repair kit, which will only repair up to a point your epic crafted weapons. So like this I've got here, Glimmer Moon, this is obviously a legendary weapon, that you would get from a chest around the world. This is not repairable, so I'm not going to be able to repair this. Eventually this will break, and I'm not going to be able to do anything with it, so I'll only be able to use this until it pretty much breaks and it's pretty much useless. But your crafted weapons that you learn, like for example the Telis Sorrow and Telis Lament from the Black Keep, haven't had a chance to have a look at those yet, but I'll do some research on them, see if they're any different, see whether the damage has been changed or not. Not too sure whether it has on those, whether they've been nerfed at all, because they are actually craftable on the blacksmith. And just bear in mind, if you are crafting them with a blacksmith, use the bladesmith if you want the most damage. They'll bump up your damage a bit more on those weapons. And any armour that you're crafting, you may have used the weight reduction armour or the durability armour before. Still great armourers, you know, by all means if you like using them, use them. But personally I've always used the shield right armour, and I would stick to them. Purely whether that's for armour for yourself or if it's armour for your thralls, I would get your shield right to do all your crafting, because obviously they're still going to be able to give you the best armour value on anything that you craft. All of these spawns are all still the same. You're still going to get pretty much what you did before. Nothing's any different. Everything still spawns in the same areas here. And this is Seppa Maru, if you don't know. Hello to anyone in chat, I hope you're all well. Do feel free to type in the chat and say hello, don't be frightened, we don't bite. Well, we try not to do anyway. Great to have you here with us. As I've just said, we're just having a little chill, just run around for an hour or so and just check out some of the new bits and pieces on Conan. I will be doing a bit more research on things and bringing out little videos and guides for you guys as soon as I can. But if you remember, just at this point here, this is where one of the Khitan caravans was. As we can see, it's now gone, so we've no way to hand in any sorcerers or no way to hand in any skulls now, but sorcerers are still around.
I can't log into my server official.
Ah, that's very strange. And is that the official PvE that you play on? Are you talking about the official servers? So is that the official servers by G Portal that you're talking about, yeah?
I play official V.
Right, well, that's unusual. There is an official server that I play on occasionally, but I haven't actually been on there recently. So I haven't noticed that there's an issue with logging in on official servers, whether there's just been a delay. I don't know if that's a Funcom problem for Conan or whether that's a G Portal issue, because I know it's G Portal that runs their servers, so I'm not actually sure. Maybe try close down your game. I take it this is on console. If it is, maybe try closing down your game, and then if you go to your PlayStation settings and restore your licenses because you've done the update, try again, see if that does it. But I'm not entirely sure. This is a server that we own ourselves, that anyone on console is entitled to join. Here you can see the details at the bottom of the screen there. It's a Conan slightly boosted beginner friendly server. Do feel free to join us if you'd like to. We haven't increased everything too much, just a little bit, just to make it interesting for people. If you'd like to join, you're more than welcome. But we've been okay on here. There's also another unofficial server owned by another community that I play on that I've been able to log into on there. That seems to be fine. But with regards to official, I'm not sure. Maybe check on G Portal if there's any issues, or on the official Conan pages. See if they've reported any official server problems. But yeah, I'm not aware of that one, so I'm sorry about that. Got a named person there, but we don't need them at the minute. But as you can see, so they all still spawn Just going to jump into that a second, just so that I can get over here a little quicker. And so if you come around here, those of you who know who have been farming this, as we can see, spell page on the floor there, and a sorcery that still spawns here. So if you kind of look around, you can see where we are here. This is the sort of bandit area just down there. Yes, thralls have had a nerf to their health slightly, but Delincia, I know for one, also got a modifier to her, like boost to her damage modifier, which I'm pretty glad about. She's one of my favourite thralls, to be honest, Delincia. Really enjoy using her. Glad that she got a little boost. I can't give you the exact numbers, but I know it's over 2 her damage modifier now, and it was at 1 point something before, less than 2 obviously, but tested it on here, even with our sort of boosted settings, and she just kind of hit a little harder than what she was doing. And I've also tried it on another server that I play on that has their settings slightly different to me, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with her so far. Yeah, she's going to have a lot less health than she used to do. I'm just in the process on another server of leveling another one up that, yeah, she might not have as high a health as she did before, but with the right armour.
Did you try go through Wine Cellar Dungeon? Or Black Keep? Any new stuff there?
No, that's a good question actually. I haven't actually been through any of them yet. I was actually wondering that myself, whether anything's changed. I've been having a bit of a look around. Wine Cellar I haven't been in. Seth is still there. He is still a 1 skull boss, and still really easy to kill. The other thing, I don't actually have it on me now, but his truncheon that he used to drop. Let's have a look actually while he's here. So Seth, the little boss at the beginning, Seth the Drunk I think he's actually called. Let me come out of that so we can see all our proper bars and everything. His truncheon, if he dropped it, used to be a legendary. And I came in here on another server that I play on, and it's actually no longer a legendary, which is a bit of a shame. Excuse me, but there he is, as you say, 1 skull still. Still nice and easy, and he didn't drop it, but if he does, as I say, it's just like a regular truncheon now. Still probably be really good, it's just not classed as a legendary. So I would personally say anything like Seth's truncheon that you get from here for knocking out thralls, rather than you using it, because it's no longer a legendary now, so it's probably slightly worse than a legendary. I'd just get your thralls to use that. Not too much to see in here, I don't think. Still got the couple of relic hunters that spawn there. I'm not going to go all the way through this dungeon at the moment. We could do this another time because it's quite a big long dungeon, this one. But what I will do is, I am cloaked and using God mode, by the way. Not to cheat or to ding out, because I'm not actually doing this dungeon. We are just exploring, just having a look what's new. But don't forget, these guys would aggro. They will attack you. There's always 3 down here by the look of it still. Mixture of fighters and archers. Still get your different chests with different things in them. Let's see, anything else? No. Well, this pretty much looks like it will still be the same. Pretty big dungeon, so we won't go through it, and it is a little bit dark in a lot of it. I know you guys won't be able to see it very easily, but if you want to see a run through on it sometime, even if I'm using the mode I'm using now, so we don't have to fight anything, if you just want a bit of a visual walk round in a video, let me know in the comments down below. Hello to anyone who's just joined, hope you're well. Yeah, as I say, if you want to see a video walkthrough of this, even in this sort of mode where we're just looking what's where and what's what, figuring things out just so you can see the layout of the dungeon, we'll do a little Wine Cellar walkthrough sometime. So if we jump out of here, the other one was Clail's Stronghold, wasn't it? when this decides to load. Let me just see, do I have Clay Stronghold on my map? Around about here, I think. Yeah, because that was one thing I was curious with it, or there's anything different because of the boss at the beginning. In there especially. Oops. Let's just go back to that a minute. Where are we going? Here we are. We go here. We'll come out of that again so that we're in the normal game mode. So just for those who are interested, if you haven't found it yet, as I thought, this is the Warmaker Dungeon Clay Stronghold, which is right here. Let's have a little wander into the first area. And then in we go. Apologies if it's quite dark in here. I'm sure many of you who have been through here know it's usually dark in here. The axe is kind of giving us a little bit of light at least. If I turn it back to daytime outside, I don't know if that'll make much difference. Whoops. But
Is there not a new dungeon in Age of Sorcery? Is it still there?
yes, it is still there. The Kurak dungeon, where you have to get Kurak's head, yes. Yeah, it's still there at Mechanosis Spire, you can still do it. You still need the blood crystals to get in there, but yes, the Kurak's dungeon is still there, you can still do it. This guy is still a 3 skull boss, I think he was originally, and he still is. And if you like axes, a one-handed axe for example, he doesn't drop it every single time, but if there's a particular axe you like, there is one that he drops which is called the Axe of the Gate Guardian, which is what I think this guy's actually called. He has a chance to drop that, and that can actually be pretty decent. So if we just go through here and let's just have a look with one of these guys. I think they were 1 skull bosses before. Bear in mind, as I say, you would have to fight all of these guys normally. I'm just doing this for a quick blast through. Hello to anyone who's just joined, nice to see you. Glad to have you with us. As I keep saying, we're just checking out the Age of War on Conan Exiles, just having a bit of a chilled run around, just seeing what's changed and what's new. So much to discover. We're not going to do it all in this stream, obviously. Yep, so these guys are still a 1 skull boss. Pretty easy to kill before, and they should still be.
Blackkeep is up north, where you learn Silent Legion armor and legendary weapons.
Yes, that is correct. Yes, the Blackkeep is up north, yep. Just north of the bridge, the Frost Bridge, where you do need decent armour to go up into that area because it is very, very cold. If you haven't got proper cold weather clothing, you will struggle. If we take a look at the map, yeah, where you want to be going is over this bridge, which is here, Bridge of the Betrayer, and yeah, the Blackkeep, it's round about here. And as you said, quite rightly, you learn the Silent Legion armour and the weapons in there. And the 2 weapons, Telis Sorrow and Telis Lament, are craftable on your blacksmith. I'd use the improved blacksmith bench as a minimum bench. You won't be able to do anything less than that. You could use the garrison blacksmith if you have that one, if you're at endgame. That'll just reduce the amount of materials it'll take to craft it. And of course the bladesmith blacksmith to boost your damage on it, and then still use the master weapon fitting just to boost your damage and armor pen a little bit more. And yeah, the armor you learn is the Silent Legion Light, Silent Legion Medium, the Silent Legion itself, which is the heavy version, and then the Redeemed Legion, which is fantastic for a player. If you want a good armor just to get you all around the map in any temperature, hot or cold, the Champion's armor is really good, because the Champion's armor will give you some different buffs, especially to stamina, but if you want a bit more in carry capacity rather than stamina, then the Silent Legion and the Redeemed Legion are really good to use. Personally, on a lot of servers that I play on, including this one, I actually use the Redeemed Legion, as you can see. So that gives me a strength weapon bonus from the head and the chest, and it gives me 40 health, bit of stamina there, some carry capacity and some more. So we got the carry capacity from the feet, then we get some stamina from the legs, some health and 2 lots of strength, and also that gives you, between that and the Silent Legion, the Redeemed Legion gives you a bit more protection against the cold, so that's pretty useful. As I say, you would need this armour to make it across this bridge, because in the centre it gets extremely cold, and yeah, I know with the top this character's wearing is that little light should stay very warm. And it looks nothing like Redeemed Legion, but you can see how the Redeemed Legion would look there by where my armour slots are. But especially if you play female characters like I do, I just think the actual helmet appearance looks hideous on them. So you could literally use the Thaumaturgy bench from your Sorcery to essentially transmute the appearance of the armour you're wearing. You put the piece that you want to keep on into your first slot, and then you put a matching headpiece into the second slot, so in my case earrings, and then click the button, and what that does is it allows you to keep the stats of the Redeemed Legion that you're wearing, but gives you the appearance of looking like she's obviously wearing a pair of earrings, not a helmet. But when you look at your armour slot, you can see she's wearing the helmet still. So yeah, you want to come over the bridge, and if we run up here, excuse me, that is the obelisk, or obelisk, whatever you want to call it. Whenever you get here, you want to attune to that as soon as you can, because if you've got a map room, it'll allow you to get up here much easier. And there will be a few skeletons to deal with. This is why it's probably, I mean, you could do this yourself, but bring a thrall with you. Something you'll find funny at this point, even though this guy is here, if you tell your follower to attack him from here, and I don't know if this is just a mapping issue or what, or it's always been in the game, but it has certainly as long as I've been playing, they won't just step over here and go and attack him. They'll run all the way around there, go all the way back down the stairs and around and attack him from that side. And the step off here looks just the same as that side, but yeah, it's a bit weird. Let me know what you guys think, or if you've seen that before. So to get into the Black Keep, you want to just keep going all at the top, round to your right. As I say, you are going to have a few skeletons to deal with, but you want to go all the way up here. I do have a video on the channel all about the Black Keep as well, so if you haven't subscribed yet, why not consider doing so while you're over there on the channel. Check the video out, give it a like if you enjoyed it. We just do similar to what I'm doing now, but in a bit more detail. We do a walkthrough of the dungeon, we kill the boss at the end, show you where the boss is at the end, and then we take a look at the armour and the weapons. So yeah, you want to run all the way in here, wait for that to load. Sorry, bear with me a second. If we just put that up a little bit like that, you guys let me know if that's any better. Apologies, obviously with console graphics, trying to stream it to YouTube, especially the light isn't very good. Could you let me know now in chat, is that any better? So we want to carry on around here, and you will have skeletons to deal with. As I said, there is a guide on the channel all about this, so you can check that one out, see what it's all about. Well, yeah, let me know in chat now if you guys that are watching, if this is any clearer for you. Just give me an idea of whether that's made any difference, because I don't know with the gamma whether the gamma's made a huge difference for you or not. So I want to carry on up here, and then all the way through. And I think it's the next chapter, the Age of War, is when they're implementing the new chest loot. So instead of getting like a lot of that is just a waste of time, we're actually going to start getting some better loot rewards from chests, which, yeah, there's nothing worse than travelling halfway across the map to go and do a dungeon and just getting loot that's just not worth it. The first time I ran this dungeon, first couple of times, and I still do now, I'll be honest, I still get lost. Yeah, even after all this time of playing, I still end up going the wrong way, and I always try and remember it, but I still go the wrong way. So yeah, let me know in chat how you guys are all doing. Let me know what you think of the new age so far, what your impressions on it, how are you finding it, have you even started playing yet? It'd be great to hear what you guys think. So yeah, you come in this room, there's a couple of skeletons in here, one there, one there, and one there. What I do, yeah, I've got a follower or two followers with me. If I get to this point here, if I trigger these guys, I'll tell my thralls to run in here, or try and get them to go for him, and then I'll stand back with my shield, because I have a shield on me. Normally he'll come running down, he'll run up, and they'll all go up there, let them kill them all there, which will mean you can then run up here, interact with this box that's open, and as you can see that'll give you a key. Now a little trick, if you want a few of these, if you've got a key on you, give it to your thrall. Right back, so I'm going to drop it a second. Hit the box again, and what will happen is you'll end up with two keys like that. Because you've given one to your thrall, it thinks you don't have one, so you can take another one, and you can either go back out there, or your probably best bet is to come back this way. Like I said, just take your time with it, as long as you've got plenty of food, plenty of water with you, and a decent thrall or a couple of decent thralls, you'll be absolutely fine. The special attacks that the Kin Scourge, as it's called, does are pretty strong, and they could potentially hurt you, but if you've got a good follower with you, they should be able to handle it pretty well. As you can see around here, it's so easy to get lost. Let me see, have I got the right way the first time? Oh, look at that. I always used to come through that bit and go straight for that door back there thinking that was the right way. But if you end up with a room full of spiders, yeah, go that way. If you don't, come this way. So yeah, so you carry on all the way up here, just kind of check that your follower or followers are still with you. Can be a little bit janky sometimes, but should be good. What I may do is, I may do a video shortly, just do a second run through of this dungeon with my followers again, an Age of War version of it, and we'll just see how much more damage they take off the Kin Scourge, if any, and how quick they kill him, or quicker or slower. But yeah, you would get to this point, make sure they're behind you, and there he is. So what you'd want to do, as soon as you can get your dot on him, tell your followers to go in, they'll kill him. What you could do is, if you wanted to while you're waiting, is take care of that skeleton up there, and there's one at the other side. And then to learn these recipes, oh yeah, while I'm here, even though he looks like a giant to me, yep, still a 3 skull. This pose that he's doing, let's see if I can find it, is apparently, let's have a look, where is it, where is it, where is it? It's one of the new items that you can get from the battle pass. I think I've gone the wrong way. Come on, back again, back again. Where are we? No, but there's that one. That looks pretty cool. Interested to get to that one when I get it. Keep going again. Where is it? I know it's here somewhere. I've seen it. Yeah, there's that one. That looks pretty interesting. Stand with your weapon over your shoulder. Wonder if that'll work on your thralls. That'll be an interesting one. And there's that one. Back again. Yeah, I said it earlier. I do like that bench. It'll look nice in a little garden. That. Yeah, there it is. There we go. So it's your very first one that you can get in the battle. You're level 13 from the battle pass. So when you get to level 13, you can unlock that one, which is essentially what he's doing. I think that looks pretty cool. So yeah, that is the Silent Legion that he's wearing. As I say, pretty hideous. And that's Telis Sorrow. So you learn that by interacting with this tablet here. Hello to anyone who's just joined. Great to have you here. Hope you're well. Hope you're finding the new Age of War interesting. Let us know what you think. It'd be good to hear how you're finding it or what your impressions are, good or bad. Don't be afraid to be negative. We don't mind. You know, we're all going to have different opinions on things, of how things are, how good or how bad they are. But yeah, at one time you had to learn that big tablet, and you also had to come back here, and I think there was one there. If it wasn't there, it was here, like this one, and then there was an identical one again at the opposite side to learn all the different, one for the weapons and then for the armour. But now, and this was even since before Age of Sorcery and even Age of War that we're in now, you can learn it, everything, as you can see there, just from this one, which is pretty cool. So yeah, if you want to be able to do that pose like him, get your buy your battle pass, level 13. So I've still got to get that yet. I do have the battle pass. I decided to get it, especially with doing YouTube, so I can have a look and review different bits and pieces and see what people think. Right, so yeah, that's the Black Keep and the Kin Scourge, where you learn the Silent Legion armors from. So if we go back towards the desert now, excuse me, let's just go about here, go over towards the Black Galleon, see if anything's changed over there. As I say, I'm not going to cover everything in this stream because I don't want to spoil everything for everybody and make it, you know, too much. Don't want to give too much away. Want to leave things for people to discover themselves as well. It's night time again, so we'll just do our little admin trick just to put us back to daytime. There we go. So this camp still looks pretty much the same. But there's the Black Galleon. Oops, we've gone the wrong way. So these guys are all still here. And we can go up onto the Black Galleon. Now bear in mind, thank you very much, that's very, very kind of you to say. Hello, how are you? Hope you're good. Right, so this, as I say, is the Black Galleon. Now those of you who played for a long time will know, if you come up here, even with a couple of thralls, and I haven't even attempted this on the New Age yet, but it would be absolute, shall we put it in polite terms, you get your rear end handed to you. Yeah, because you can get absolutely swarmed by these guys up here. It's crazy. Yeah. But this is one of the places, I don't think they're in yet, but when they do bring more of the treasures in that you're going to be able to find, I do believe that this is one area, especially the, what are they called, Decetto statues, you're going to be able to find those on here. I've seen people looking at it on the test live version, and that was the United Gamers Authority, so a big shout out to them. They do a stream at the minute on a Saturday for a couple of hours, Saturday evening UK time that is for me, so it's like 9 PM. And they were doing pretty good, just having a wander around and exploring a lot of this new stuff and finding what they did like and what they didn't like, and you know, like we all do, wanting to know what's going on. And this, yeah, they came here, and the Black Galleon here, this is where they were getting a lot of those Decetto cats from. They are quite big statues as well, so they'd be easy to see. But if we just jump down here a minute. Yeah, they were kind of finding them all down here. It's empty, but no. But yeah, this is where they were finding them, and you can get pretty much all the different named and different tiers of fighters, archers, priests, whoever it was that you wanted down here. Just bear in mind it is going to be, it certainly was quite tough before. I don't know what it's like now. It could be worse, it could be the same. Let me know if you've experimented much down here yet. But I am noticing a lot of people, the weapons that they used to have before, they are spawning with different weapons now. That's what they used to have. I know Delincia always used to spawn with a star metal short sword, but apparently she can now spawn with a mace or different weapons as well. And also the Sumerian Berserker, they seem to be spawning with a star metal... Yeah, okay, you're a chicken, we get it. They also seem to be spawning with the star metal war axe, I think it is. It's the big two-handed axe now, not just the...
Looking forward to try out Age of War. Keep up the good work, grinning face.
Yeah, no problem. Hope you're having a good day at work. Don't work too hard. Thanks for bobbing in and saying hello. Much appreciated. Yeah, I think you'll find it interesting. I think we certainly are so far. That's a high priest there. So yeah, like I said, don't work too hard, enjoy. So everything pretty much looks similar here. Is there any questions anybody's got? Anywhere else you want me to have a look? If we can see if anything looks any different, let me know. Or if you've got a particular armor set you're a fan of and you want to know if it's changed, let me know and we can maybe spawn it in and have a look. See if it's changed in any way or if it's still the same. Let me know. And we'll, like I say, have a look, see what we can find. Oops. Yeah, believe it or not, a little while back on an official server, I came up here with a friend as well and I was fighting, and I forgot about the end here. Not realising I was getting pushed back, we were fighting a load here and I accidentally, I'm not going to do it now, but I accidentally tap circle like that, and before I knew it, I was dropping down there and, yeah, basically dead. So be very, very careful when you are fighting a lot of people up here, because at the minute you will get surrounded and yeah, it might not be the enemy that kills you, it might be the fact that they knock you off the edge. So be very, very wary. So yeah, anyone that's in chat, if you want to know about any particular weapons or armour, let me know. And we can obviously use admin and spawn them in and check them out, have a look for you, just so you've got an idea what to expect. Does anybody want to see a level 0 Delincia or a Berserker just to get an idea of what their health is now when they come off the wheel? If so, let me know and we'll spawn one in and you can have a look. Just so much easier to do that. Right, so that is the Black Galleon. And once again, there used to be a Khitan caravan just over here somewhere. And as we can see, that's, I think it was around here, that's also gone as well. I did notice earlier, and I'm just going to go and check again now, in the Savannah, if I can remember where the Savannah is, around about here, isn't it? I think I've gone too far over. The rhinos are showing, so that's good. When I came here earlier, on my server the elephants were invisible, but the rhinos are showing, which is good, so they're not glitched. Still got the Black Galleon music even though we're nowhere near it. Oh yeah. There's clearly an elephant there. If I go into first person, you can see its health bar there. 3-skull elephant boss. I don't know if anyone from Funcom watches this, but if you do, or if you have any contact with Funcom, if you could let them know. This is a bug on console, still happening by the look of it. Somebody did mention this to me yesterday. It looks like it's still there. So getting elephants at the moment is going to be quite interesting. They're actually invisible. We could only see that one then. I mean, you can hear it. I don't know if you can in chat, but I can. It's here in front of me. Bit of a concern that that's invisible, especially if you're going to be after elephant hide, but I don't know if that's just a console bug or whether it's happening on PC as well. If you play on PC, let me know. There's another elephant just here somewhere. Yep, there it is, there's its health bar. All invisible. So yeah, if you play on PC, if this is happening, let me know, will you? Be interesting to hear if this is a PC problem or just a console problem. So yeah, has anyone got any weapons or armour that they want to have a look at and see what the stats of it are? Let me know in chat. Happy to have a look at them and check them out for you. Well, that's not an elephant. That might be a baby elephant actually, but yeah, that's invisible as well. Bit of a shame. Yeah. Where are we? So we are here. Mechanosis Spire is... So the rhinos are showing up. It's just elephants that aren't for some reason. That's very, very strange. Just ignore that notification popping up, you'll see that because we're on my server that people play on. So yeah, we were asked earlier, is the dungeon that came with Age of Sorcery still available?
Weapons. Are their stays good or bad?
Kahari, as far as I know, Kahari armor weapons are still pretty decent. They may possibly be under a different tier to what they were. I haven't actually crafted any Kahari stuff recently, but thank you for bringing that one up. I will have a look when I'm off stream. I'll spawn some different stuff in, and I'll have a look at them and check them out, and maybe I'll do a little video coming up shortly, probably the next couple of days hopefully, where we'll just pull out one or two of these different things that people are asking about, and I'll just highlight them and briefly go over what their stats are and what their armor values are and what they look like, for anybody that's interested. So if you're not subbed to the channel yet, do consider doing so, and then you won't miss that video when it comes out. Turn your notifications on, and if you're enjoying this stream, do me a favour, give it a thumbs up while you're here. It just helps YouTube algorithm to recommend this sort of content to other people. Would be great to keep the channel growing like we are trying to do. We're still pretty new at this, we're trying to grow, and the more likes we can get and comments would be very much greatly appreciated. Like I say, I am pretty new to this, so you'll have to bear with me. I'm doing my best to try and learn what I can. And you know, we've all got to start somewhere on our YouTube journey. We'll get there one day. But yeah, the dungeon is still here. As you can see, dungeon is still there. So you would interact with it and put your blood crystals in there, and then it should give you an option to craft the ritual. Let's just see, bear with me a second since we're testing things. Right. Just bear with me. I can't remember how many I need, so we'll just do more than enough. And then if we pop those in there, maybe it's because I'm in creative, possibly. Yep, there we go. Right. Right, I'm not actually going to do the dungeon, but as you can see, it's pretty much still active, so you still just need to come up with your blood crystals, pop them in, activate it and run in there, and if you run in there, that will take you into the dungeon. As I say, I'm not going to do it now because it's too dark in there to do it on stream really. But as you can see, it clearly still activates. That'll stay active actually until for a period of time, not sure how long, but if somebody came along they'd be able to jump in there now if they wanted to. But yeah, that is still here, as are some of the Khitan, if you will, guards and exiles that used to be here. They're not all here, but the merchants are still here. Things are still rotating for the Black Blood tools that are no longer legendary now. They're slightly lower class than those, but they are still good, they are still reliable, you can still use them. Alternatively, as we said earlier, you can go up into the snow roundabout here, and there's like 4 caves that you can do and take on the Children of Jill, or Jill, however you want to pronounce it, and the 3 skull Bat Demon boss at the end in the final cave will have a chance to drop you a Black Blood tool, so that could be the hatchet, the pick, the sickle or the skinning knife. But for the moment, while the merchants are here, if you've got any obelisk coin left over, come and use it there and purchase them if you want to use them. Personally, if you have Black Blood tools, I would literally keep them for when you go to farm something like Star Metal, which is your more sort of valuable resource, rather than wasting it just on basic resource farming. I mean, you can use them for whatever if you want, but personally I would only keep them for when I go probably Star Metal farming now, because obviously they're still gonna have a decent lifespan on them, but they're not legendary, so they're not. I believe they are unique now, which, like legendary, are not repairable. So if you either want to get them at 15 obelisk coins a time just to display them in your base for display purposes, to remember them, you can, or use them. That's probably the only one of the main ways you'll get them. So that is from Mechanosis Spire. Another thing you can do, if we go up here, back into the snow a moment, should just take us a second or two. Yep. Bear with me. Turn that back down again. Frost Temple is still here. Still got all the usual stuff from the Frost Temple that you can learn. You can still come in here. These guys were pretty easy before, I'm sure they still pretty much are. Pretty squishy to kill. See how much damage did we do to him there. Almost dead, look at the bleed on him. Dead. Now obviously that was me just doing it that way and he hadn't seen me, but obviously he would attack normally, but you can still come here and learn that just the same. And you've got all your usual stuff inside, all still the same. One of the other things I wanted to look at, again, you've got your obelisks there. On our server we do have map rooms, it's not spawning in for some reason. That one, now that's weird. That shouldn't have broken, but for some reason that's broken, so I don't know what that's been hit by. That's something we're going to have to fix, so yeah, that's something you need to be aware of on different servers if you've got map rooms in places that... This can't be because of decay, because we have the decay turned off. Possibly a meteor's landed here, although it's not here now, but that's what it could be. So yeah, be very careful when you're building in this snowy area like this. You could end up building where meteors can land, and typically a lot of the time they can sort of still spawn around here. You get odd ones there and there. You can get them spawning down the front here, 1 or 2, sometimes just across there. occasionally an odd one down here. Then if you carry on around here, you can get them down here also. An odd one or two there, and sometimes down here. But yeah, star metal is still farmable the same way, and as far as I know, it's still 5 meteors that land, and you still can use explosive arrows or your demon fire orbs that you make on your alchemy table. Pretty easy to make with volatile glands. If you want somewhere to get a lot of volatile glands from, if you take a pick and a hatchet with you, if you kind of go where we were before at the Black Galleon, just sort of back around here down this river, there's a lot of, I think Angar said it in a video one time, they're supposed to be iguanas, I think they're supposed to be, but in this game they're called salamanders. There's quite a few that spawn around there, and they have a chance if you kill them and hit them with a tool to give you volatile glands. That's one good place to go for them. As I say, you make them with a water orb and volatile glands on your alchemy table, and then you can come up here into the snow, throw one of those at a meteor, and then use a star metal pick to harvest your star metal. So that hasn't changed, you can still get that the same, which is pretty cool. Hello to anyone who's just joined, nice to have you here, hope you're well. How are you finding the new age, if you're playing it yet? Oh, excuse me, just having a quick drink. It's thirsty work when you're talking like this. But yeah, big shout out to people like Angar and Granny Gamester and United Gamers Authority, really good people who certainly helped me on my journey a lot so far. I've learnt a lot from them, a lot of hints and tips and different things, and Black4863 is another one who I first started watching and got a lot of tricks and tips from him as well, ways to do things and little sort of, not hacks if you will, but it's one of the ways that I learn how to do my videos with using the admin cloak and god mode, because let's face it, as content creators, if we're ever trying to do a video for you guys, and if we were getting attacked constantly, how can we stand like I'm doing now? I mean, I shouldn't get attacked here from them, whatever I could do. I'd be getting attacked and having to fight, and what good is that if I'm trying to get my character to stand in front of the screen to tell you something? We'd be lost without admin. There is a flying option in admin that you can click, but since the update during Age of Sorcery, where they brought in the creative mode, which you do need to have admin rights. I'm not actually too sure about the Isle of Sipter. I don't actually play on there very much, if I'm being honest. I have looked at it occasionally a little bit, but I've not actually played on Sipter a lot. Most of my hours before I started making content, and even when I did, I've been on the Exile lands, unfortunately. So I don't really know a lot of knowledge about the Isle of Sipter, but I'm sure there will be somebody on YouTube who has played that. I know Angar is doing a Let's Play series on the Isle of Sipter at the minute, so if you check him out, he's currently midway through a Let's Play series on the Isle of Sipter. I'm sure he'd share a few bits of interest on there, and you'd learn something from him hopefully, but unfortunately, yeah, Sipter's not somewhere I've covered as yet. But he's one person I know who is doing a Let's Play Sipter series at the minute. I will be doing a Let's Play Beginner's Guide, if you will, on this channel, which will be a single player server, so there won't be anybody else on there. It'll be purely single player. We'll have no armor, no weapons, no nothing. We'll literally spawn at the desert and we'll try and follow our journey steps and work our way through them, build our first little home on the river somewhere, test stuff out on the river. I know Angar brought a little video out a while back. He does play on PC, but he did a video talking about daggers, how OP they are, so it's something I'm going to be looking at trying when I start that Let's Play. I'm going to use those and see how OP the dagger build is, certainly for a starter, but that's yeah, coming up very shortly, so do keep an eye out for that one. As I say, subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you if you have today, or thank you if you have in the past. Great to have you part of the community. We are a growing channel, just trying to get into the swing of things, if you will. Not really done many streams before. This is sort of a spur of the moment one. I thought, New Age is out, why not have a little bit of an explore and just see what's going on. Right, I think what we'll do is, coming up 7:15, we've been on for about an hour and 15 now. But before we go, thought we would just pop over here to the Sinkhole. And on my server I do have an elevator at the Sinkhole, so that anyone who wants to learn the Void Forge Dragon recipe, you can go down in the elevator to go and learn that. And we've got some guards here and a dancer for when you come out, so you can lose your corruption. But yeah, if you take the elevator down, as you see, the big old nasty dragon's still here. Still a 3 skull, but if you come down in that elevator, it won't see you from this point. And then what you want to do is climb up onto here. Whoops. Interact with this tablet, and that will teach you all the Void Forge dragon armour and the weapons. And of course that comes from the Alice originalist set. This is a new, not brand new, but fairly new set to the Exile lands. Eventually I would probably like to try and get this on the single player Let's Play, but we'd have to be a fair way into the game before we can even get in here, because we won't have straight away the beauty of an elevator. We'll have to learn that and be able to craft one to be able to do that, but that's something we'll definitely be looking at doing. So yeah, that's an elevator, as I say, on our server that we play on. Once again, is a Conan's Chosen slightly boosted beginner friendly server on PlayStation, PvE. This is on the PS5, but if you're on PS4 you're welcome to join as well, obviously. And our settings are just ever so slightly increased on XP gathering, player damage, thrall damage example, and sort of harvesting rates are slightly increased just to make it a bit different for you. And all we say is, when you spawn in, you'll see a sign at the start of the game. There are a couple of notices at each spawn point when you land. Excuse me. That just explain, you know, welcome to the server, please visit the welcome centre in H3 I think we are, which is this big white building here. Whoops. Oh, that's because of old building. This is just a little studio that, if you watch my videos, you'll know that's where I record a lot of my videos, in there. NPCs are fighting a crocodile again. Sometimes they do come over here and start, but sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But yeah, that's the little studio where some of my videos are done from. And this is the main welcome centre. And if I... come on, game, what are you doing? Game's just frozen on me. Come on. Right, bear with me guys, I'll be right back.